DG Wilkins, you mentioned that certain Alan Lin and Lee Wen Chong is not one and the same.
Mr. Chair, kasi nakakuha ako ng...
Hindi, ano lang po, yes or no lang po muna. Before you explain.
Sa image
Do you
identification...
confirm, sandali po, ang question ko kasi, do you confirm that you have a conclusion that Lee Wen Chong and Alan Lin is not one and the same? Yes or no lang po?
Sa image identification, Mr. Chair, I confirm na hindi sila pareho.
Now, ang tanong, dito, saan na pa nakita mo?
Yes, Mr. I have that. Actually, Mr. Chair, ako yung gumawa ng image na yan eh. Yung nasa inyo ngayon, yan yung ipinresent ko, Mr. Chair, sa Malacanang. So, pinagkumpara ko lang naman yung dalawa, Mr. Chair. Napakalaki ng diferensya.
Hindi, ganito po. Do you have an holdings during your time with Alan Lin?
Come again, Mr. Chair?
Do you have holdings with Alan Lin and Lee Wen Chong?
Yung kay Alan Lim, Mr. Chair, yun yung involved siya dun sa clandestine laboratory ng Cavite. Kay Lee Wei Chong, Mr. Chair, wala akong idea.
Hindi, kaya nga eh. Kaya nga, just like kay Michael Yang, wag muna mag-conclude. Diba? That is not conclusive kasi ang katulad kay Michael Yang now, there are proof, no? When we started investigation in my committee, doon sa Mexico, Pampanga, and then consequently, may investigation din doon sa dangerous drugs, lumabas na yung mga pangalan nila, pati yung initial na matrix, no? Kaya, pumunta sa dulo, doon yung Michael Yang, which says connected with Edita Yang and Willie Ong. Doon po sa warehouse na ka-recover.
Yes, Mr.
Kaya, I suggest the DG Wilkins, kindly please be diligent enough, no? Ingat lang po sa mga statements natin.
Yes, Mr. Chair, sa ngayon, with what happened sa Congress, I believe Michael Yang is in...
No, I'm talking about Michael Yang, tapos na po yun. You have already admitted kanina na during your time, wala kang holdings, but this time, medyo mayroon na.
Yes,
tama?
Mr.
Kaya,
Chair.
the same is true with Alan Lin, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Para at least malinaw lang kasi yung mga statements mo mukhang conclusive.
Yes,
Doon sa
Mr.
nakita mo.
Yes, Mr.
Diba?
Chair. Yes.
Now, DG Lasso, with regards to Alan Lin and Lee Wen Ching, may ano ba kayong holdings?
Your Honor, we were able to talk to a confidential informant. He's a reliable informant. When he talked to us, he hasn't even seen the presentation of Colonel Asierto before the Committee on Dangerous Drugs. When we took down what he was telling us, it confirms to some of the statements of Congressman Asierto. So,
Colonel Asierto.
sorry, Colonel Asierto, Your Honor. Like, for example, Your Honor, according to our informant, Alan Lin, whose picture was identified by Miss Rose Lin as his husband, her husband rather, uses the names of Alan Lin, Alan Lim, Jeffrey Lin, Jeff Lin, Ayong, Wei Xiong Lin, Lin Wei Xiong, Lin Wei Xion, Wen Li Chen.
Mr. Chair, is Rose Nono Lin listening to what General Lasso is saying? Are you listening to what General Lasso is saying?
Sorry po.
DG Lasso, kindly repeat the holdings that you have with regards to Alan Lin and Lee Wen Ching.
Yes, Your Honor. According to our informant, who is a very reliable informant, Alan Lim uses several names. Alan Lin, Alan Lim, Jeffrey Lin, Jeff Lin, Ayong, Wei Xiong Lin, Lin Wei Xion, Wen Li Chen. These names all are confirmed by the different statements being heard over before the Quadcom now, Your Honor.
Have you coordinated with other intelligence agencies, especially the ISAP and NICA, with regards to the identity of the mentioned names?
No, Your Honor, because they have no holdings. We don't have holdings. PNP also doesn't have holdings on these names. So we just relied on this informant that we had. And later on, when Colonel Asierto came out before the Committee on Dangerous Drugs, nagtugma po. So naku-confuse po talaga tayo. But we are only talking of one and the same person. Alan Lin na kinonfirm ni Mrs. Rose Nono Lin na husband niya.
Okay, anyway, Mr. Chairman, at least may initial na information na tayong hawak. Now, Miss Rose Nonolin,
Yes,
you
Mr.
mentioned
Chair.
that your husband is a Chinese national, di ba?
Yes po.
Okay. So, he is based in Hong Kong.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
When was the last time that he traveled from the Philippines going to Hong Kong?
May 2024 po, Mr.
May
Chair.
2024 and until now, hindi na siya bumalik.
Hindi pa siya nakabalik. Yes po.
In your information, based on your discussion, is she familiar with the investigation going now with the Quadcom?
Alam niya po.
Alam niya. So, most probably, if we issue a show cause order for him today, he might be present in the next hearing.
I don't know po, Mr. Chair. Hindi ko po masasagot.
Husband mo yun.
Mr. Chair, hindi ko naman po hawak yung isip ng husband ko. Hindi ko po alam kung ano yung isasagot po niya.
So, anyway, so you confirm that Hong Kong based siya.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Siguro naman kung Hong Kong based siya, he has some, except for the passport, he has some government ID in Hong Kong.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ano yung mga IDs niya?
May driver's license po siya.
Hong Kong issued.
Yes. Yes po.
Ano pa po?
May Hong Kong ID po siya.
Hong Kong ID din.
Yes po. Yan
Ano lang,
po
Mr.
ang
Chairman,
alam ko.
kindly submit na lang po all the identification cards, government IDs of your husband in Hong Kong. Kindly submit po sa committee secretary. Just to confirm po.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Lin has committed that she will submit the documents requested by Congresswoman Jinky with respect to the identity of Mr. Lin Wei Xiong.
Yeah, but I have heard also that the Honorable Luis Ro asked for the birth certificate. But what I am asking now is the government ID issued to the husband of Rose Nonolin in Hong Kong. And he mentioned about the driver's license. Ano pa po?
Driver's license po and then Hong Kong ID po.
Please, submit na lang po sa committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Paduano. And last, to interpret,
Mr. Chair,
la,
very quick. Just to complete the documents which are being requested.
just make it quick, Congresswoman.
Yes, Mr. Chair. May I move that we request also with the Bureau of Immigration for travel records for the past 10 years of one Alan Lim, one Wen Li Shen, and one Wei Xiong Lin. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Jinky. ComSec, please take note and coordinate with the agencies concerned. Now, the last to recap,
Your Honor,
Yes.
according to our informant, we don't have information that he uses a Chinese passport. But he is Chinese, obviously. But to our informant, he holds a Vietnamese, Burmese, and Cambodian passports.
He holds 3 passports.
According to our informant, Your Honor,
This Alan Lim.
the same, Alan Lin.
Okay.
He was never mentioned to be holding a Chinese passport.
So are you saying, DG, that pagka pumapasok siya rito, ang gamit niya any of these three passports?
Possible, Your
But
Honor.
using the same name?
The informant did not mention the names that he is using in the 3 passports that he named, Your Honor.
We will probably coordinate with the Bureau of Immigration. Thank you for that information. Now, si Congressman Acop, to recap the deliberations on the topic of the dangerous drugs, the chair would like to recognize Congressman Acop. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I proceed, may I ask Madam Lin,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
is your husband charged with any criminal offense?
No, Mr. Chair.
No, then therefore, there's no reason for him not to be able to attend the hearings of this committee. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tama?
Yes,
Kung wala
Mr.
siyang
Chair.
kinakatakutan, dapat umapir siya rito, as you are claiming.
Tama po.
Thank you. And therefore, if we issue an invitation, we can course it through you.
Pwede po.
Pwede. Ang hindi mo lang sinisiguro kung tatanggapin niya at dadalo siya rito.
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Ay di, sabihin mo sa kanya na, Juan, huwag ka nang umuwi rito sa akin. Hindi mo ba pwedeng sabihin niyo?
Mr. Chair, baka totohanin nun at wag na uuwi dito.
So
sa
takot
akin.
ka, naiwalayan ka.
Mr. Chair, kawawa naman po yung mga anak ko.
Thank you. Biro lang yon, Iha. Is Colonel Asierto still with us? Ed, are you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Ed,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
when
Present,
did you make that controversial report?
I think, sir, is September 2017.
2017. Okay. Thank you. I'll get back to you. Now,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Paul Gutierrez, still around?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Doon sa interchange ninyo, either you or Mr. Guban would be lying. Tama po? Kasi wala naman kayong
Tama po.
witness na magsasabi o ipapakita na ikaw ang nagsasabi ng totoo, di ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chairman.
So kami na nandito ngayon sa committee na to, we rely on the, shall we say, reasonableness of your answers. Tama?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Tinanong ka kanina, in your more than 10 years of covering the Senate, ang sagot po ninyo minsan nyo lang nabisita yung isang witness na contempt at na-detain. Tama po.
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
So, there must be something special para bisitahin mo si Mr. Guban sa kanyang detention center. Tama po?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Yes. So, para sa akin, I would go with the conclusion of the Honorable Pimentel na I see no reason why you should go there just to get a scoop as you have reasoned a while ago.
Yes.
Have you worked under Mr. Benny Antiporda?
No, Mr. Chairman.
No. Pero pares kayo nag-practice sa media.
That's right, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Antiporda, kayo po ba ang may-ari ng kwan? Ng remate ngayon?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And you acquired it from former Councilor Pichay. Tama? Ay, Congressman Pichay.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Pero kayo po, bilang media practitioner, just like maybe Mr. Paul Gutierrez, nagpapatrolya rin po kayo, bumibisita sa customs. Would that be correct?
Nung nasa bit pa po ako.
Hindi. Sakutin nyo lang po ng yes or no dahil... Tama po?
Mr. Chair, pwede ho mag-explain ng konti? Dati po kasi nasa anti-smuggling po ako nung napunta ho ako sa gobyerno, kaya nakikita rin po ako sa customs dati. But nung wala na po ako ron, hindi na po ako pumupunta ng customs.
So, after after leaving the media, hindi na po kayo naging player sa customs?
I'm not in any way a player of customs. I'm an operative year 2007 po.
Operative ng?
Presidential Anti-Smuggling Group po. Director po ako noon ng SOG.
Oh, kasi may nag-text sa akin na aking bubuwit eh. Yun po ang sinabi. Now, Gerald Wilkins, may I know how long or what was the first time that you were assigned to Pedea?
Since 2022, Mr. Chair. At 2002, Mr. Chair.
2002. And when did you become the head of Pedea?
2020, Mr. Chair.
2020. Okay. Thank you. Kasi, itong istoryang ito ay isang istorya ng 5 magkakaibigan na parehas ang trabaho. They were working for government. Si Colonel Asierto, si Captain Pirote, si Colonel Fajardo, Mr. Guban of Customs, at isang PNCO named Jerry. They knew each other because of their work. But because of a life-changing report made by Colonel Asierto, where he made some allegations insofar as the former mayor and former president is concerned. Would that be correct, Colonel Asierto?
Yes, sir.
Yes. May I know why you made that report?
Because that is my duty, Your Honor, Mr.
Okay.
Chairman. As a police officer, I received an information, raw information. I validated the information. Then, after validation, I made the proper report.
And in that report, you alleged that former President Digong was connected with individuals connected or involved in illegal drug activities. The persons you were referring to were a certain Mr. Michael Yang and Mr. Alan Lin. Would that be correct?
Yes, Your Honor, but on my first report, there is no mention of the name of President Duterte. The name of President Duterte was included on my second report that I submitted to then Chief PNP Oscar Albayalde.
Thank you. And these reports were, the first one was submitted to then General De La Rosa, the Chief of the PNP. And the second report was submitted to General Albayalde, also a former Chief PNP. Tama po.
Yes, sir. Tama po, sir.
And would it be correct na because of that report, former President Digong's reaction was to publicly condemn you, even calling for your death and for associating him with illegal activities, including the alleged sale of 1,000 plus AK-47s to the New People's Army. Would that be correct?
Yes, sir, including the 10 million bounty on my head.
Yes. And therefore, would you agree with me that that statement implies a personal vendetta against you for your allegations?
Yes, sir.
And because of that also, na-filean ka ng kaso for the sale of the AK-47s and for illegal drugs?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, we go to the role of Jimmy Guban. Jimmy Guban, you're the Customs Intelligence Officer working with Colonel Asierto, Captain Perote, Colonel Fardo. Tama po.
We are working together, Your Honor.
I beg your pardon?
We are working together, Your Honor.
Yes, kasi isa yung linya ng trabaho nyo. But,
Opo, Your Honor.
but because, according to your statements dun sa unang hearing na napunta ka sa dito, sinabi mo na because of fear, inamin mo dun sa hearing, dun sa Senate, na you accused Colonel Asierto of masterminding a 13 billion shabu shipment in magnetic lifters. And you testified that Asierto facilitated the shipment but later tipped of authorities to intercept a part of it. Would that be correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And because of this, that controversial report of Colonel Asierto, your colleague, si Captain Perote, a retired investigator, was allegedly killed due to similar reports he filed implicating Mr. Yang and Mr. Lim. Colonel Asierto, would that be correct? Ed?
Sir, nawala po. Tama po yun, sir.
Yeah. Pinatay si Lito Perote, yung kasamahan ninyo, because of alleged similar reports he filed implicating Mr. Yang and Mr. Lim? Would that be correct?
Yes, sir. Siya po yung...
Now, I do not know if this is violated. There were reports that the skeletal remains of Perote were discovered inside a drum in 2019. Allegedly, a DNA was conducted, but the results were never released. Were you knowledgeable about this?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir. Hindi ko po alam, sir.
Okay. Pero may report na ganon. Now, Colonel Asierto, you joined the anti-illegal drug task force of the PNP in 2003. Tama po?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And this task force was made because wala na yung NARCOM. Because of the PNP
Yes, sir.
law passed in 1990. Tama?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tama po, sir.
Yes. And you stayed with this task force up to 2017.
Actually, sir, I was relieved I think 2012. Then I returned on sa 2017, sir.
Yes. As the Deputy for Administration.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Unfortunately, in 2016, the former mayor of Davao became the president.
Yes, sir.
And in 2018, because galit na galit siya sa iyo at nagkaroon ng allegations na involved ka sa drugs, nagkaroon ng Senate hearing in 2018.
Yes, sir.
Tama? And the accusations...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the accusations against you were the mastermind of the 13 billion shabu shipment in July, 2.4 billion shipment at the MICP or Manila International Container Port, stuffed inside abandoned magnetic lifters, and 11 billion of missing shabu suspected to be packed in similar magnetic lifters found in Cavite. Ito po yung charges sa iyo, di ba?
Opo, sir. Yes, sir.
And this was testified to also by your friend, Mr. Guban.
Yes, sir. And I think he recanted, sir.
Yeah, I know. In a court hearing, I was informed that Mr. Jimmy Guban recanted all his statements implicating you during that Senate hearing in 2018. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Now, may I know the reason why in one of your statements, sinabi mo na ang real drug lords are Mr. Alan Lim and Mr. Michael Yang? May I know the basis of your statement? Or how did you come to know about this?
It was relayed to me by my reliable informant, sir, na they are involved in the shipment of the illegal drugs, especially during the time of President Duterte. And all the drugs are coming through the Bureau of Customs.
Thank you. And General Wilkins Villanueva, you were with Pedea in 2002 and you became the head in 2020. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And during that stint of yours, have you ever heard of the involvement of Mr. Michael Yang and Mr. Alan Lim sa illegal drugs?
Only Alan Lim, Mr. Chair, and not no Michael Yang, Mr. Chair.
Up to 2022, when you became the Pedea head?
Yes, Mr. Chair, kasi wala,
Kasi,
hindi
siguro,
ko,
sige,
kasi sir, wala ako natanggap na information, Mr. Chair eh.
ay napakahina ang information nyo ng ng Pedea because in 2010, I became a congressman and 2016, nandito ako, alam ko na involved si Michael Yang.
2016, Mr. Chair, is nasa Region 10 ako, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nga, sinasabi ko nga, from 2002 up to 2022, nasa Pedea ka.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And yet, you tell me na hindi ka man lang nakareceive ng information ng involvement ni Mr. Yang, specifically from 2016 to 2022, dahil takot kayo na maglagay ng report na si Mr. Michael Yang ay involved sa illegal drugs. Why? Kasi alam ninyo na malapit siya kay former President Digong. Lahat naman kayo nun, takot yun. Takot kayo eh. And do not tell me na hindi totoo yun. Kaya ngayon nga lumalabas ito eh. Dahil ngayon, ang mga tao hindi takot. And now, hanggang ngayon, takot ka pa rin. Tapos pinagyayabang mo, you have a name to protect for your children. I do not believe that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.